So, Mike,
Yes,
thanks for giving us this interview.
thank you.
Um, the first thing I wanted to ask you is how did you come up with the story of Hard Truths, and what were your principal inspirations as a film director for this film?
Well, it's a difficult question to answer because, as you probably know, I make these films, and this film is no exception, by embarking on a journey of discovery as to what the film is during the course of making it, in the same way that people write novels and paint pictures and make sculpture and music, etc. Um, so the question is, um, how does it how do I tap into my preoccupations about life, my experiences, and of course how I share those with the actors, because I obviously collaborate with the actors and indeed everybody else to create the film. So I discover what the characters are by collaborating with the actors and drawing from real people that they know and experiences of mine. And it isn't a sort of black and white, there isn't a black and white answer to your question, really. It's an organic process of discovery.
I understand.
Good.
Um, um, Referencing to the title of the film, what do you think are the hard truth that Mike Leigh has to accept or to face nowadays as a director?
Well, life is tough, but it's always been tough. I mean, it's not always tough for everybody. Indeed, there are people in the world at this moment for whom life is not tough, and they're very lucky. But life is hard work, and here we have in this film two sisters. One of them deals with it, embraces it, enjoys it, contributes to it, is positive about it, and the other one is the opposite. Um, and so of course, in English, the expression hard truths means truths that you really have to face up to, the difficult truths. Um, and obviously, that's what goes on in the film.
Okay, and why did you choose to firstly approach the story from the comedy, and then when the film goes on, it changes its nature to the drama, to the um,
Yeah, look, here's the thing. Life is comic and tragic. This is not an artistic choice of mine. It is a fact. Life is hilarious and deeply painful, all rolled into one. So when you start watching the movie, watching Hard Truths, yeah, it's funny. Things happen that are funny, but they're not just funny. They're not funny. They're not Charlie Chaplin funny. They are actually funny because they're real. And when you laugh, you know that there's pain going on at the same time. But you reach a point in the story, in the movie, in the film, where you stop laughing because what is happening is taking over as being a real hard truth. Um, but so in terms of your question, it's not a kind of artistic construct of mine to say, okay, this is going to be funny and then it's going to be tragic. It naturally and organically happens as a function of what's going on. And I haven't deliberately done it at all. It's just natural.
okay. And Marianne Jean-Baptiste's character, Pansy, is really ingenious in her pessimistic perspective of life, or or her angry perspective. Were this type of dialogues already present before you started working in this film with her, or and what was her involvement in this aspect?
Well, all of my films and all of the characters in all of the films, including this one, not least this one, um, as I say, the involvement of the actor is terrific, it's colossal because I share with the actor the job of creating the character. We do it in a completely total and organic way. So Marianne's contribution to this is huge. I mean, look, let's be clear. Marianne can do this stuff because she is a consummate character actor, as are all the actors that I work with and all the actors in this film, which is to say, they don't play themselves. They're not just bringing their personalities to the film. They're actually good at and want to do real people out there in the street. And Marianne is able to do someone like Pansy because she herself is the total opposite of Pansy. She's a very generous, intelligent one with a great sense of humor and a great, we share a sense of the grotesque. She's a great artist and a great collaborator. And thus we're able to take our art and to look at this person and to bring her to life. Okay. I've made films, a lot of films, looking at different sections of society, quite over quite a wide range, and plays, stage plays too. And it just seemed to me now was the time, especially having decided to return to working with Marianne Jean-Baptiste and Michelle Austin. It seemed to me now was a good time to focus specifically on British Caribbean characters and family and background. Uh, some people in some places, of course, have said things like, "Why is a white guy making a film about black?" Well, I think that's bullshit. Basically, I've got nothing. I have no time for it at all. It's insulting. But that's not what you're asking me. I appreciate that. For me, it's straightforward. This is a section of society. I've looked at here, I've looked there, and now I'm looking at this. And these are, in the end, I make films about people, and these are people like you and me, and that's the bottom line.